Online version for this evening, Wednesday, April 8th, of Dan York's State of Mind. We continue to run repeat broadcasts on MyRide TV at 7:30 and Fox Providence at midnight until we get back to normal operations, which are to be determined. We'll get there. We'll get there. Interesting news today on a bunch of different fronts. You know, it's kind of funny. On my radio show, weekdays 3 till 6 on WPRO, we did not even get to talking about Bernie Sanders and his decision to get out of this race until the very end of the show. Meaning there's just so much going on. There's so much focus on the COVID-19 virus, the battle against it, the programs that Rhode Island and Massachusetts have been putting in place to battle it, how we're dealing with it, the controversies and the decisions that come with it, the financial burden that everybody is bearing with it because of it. It's incredible. A couple of things that I think are interesting. You know, a long time ago, I learned that it's very difficult to get all the news accurately to all the people all the time. In fact, for the most part, it's impossible. It's not an exercise in futility because it's the goal, kind of like perfection. You never really reach it, but you keep striving for it. You know, news media have done its job around here trying to get you the daily briefing and information. Most outlets, WPRI Channel 12, of course, is broadcasting the governor's briefings at noon, 1 o'clock or 2:30 every day. But amongst the things that she announced yesterday was that CVS had partnered up and has now a facility at Twin River for rapid COVID-19 tracing. Testing, not tracing. We'll get to tracing in a second, but testing. And I found this to be great news. I think a lot of people did too, but it's pretty clear. You have to go on the CVS website, cvs.com, and make an appointment same day if you're not feeling very well, and they'll match the symptoms up to an appointment, and you drive over to Twin River and get your test. But, people hear CVS, and what do they end up doing? Going to CVS. Not feeling well. Coming into close quarters. Putting people at risk. And I say this only because it drives you nuts when you give the news and the people don't pay attention to the details of the news. Now, I'm sure that's not the case for you watching this video, but I'm telling you, spread the word that it's not go to CVS, it's go to cvs.com and then drive to Twin River, where the National Guard and others will help you through the process. Anyway, I learned a lesson a long time ago. You can't get it to everybody, although you try. In the meantime, a couple of things I think are interesting. The Rhode Island Manufacturers Association has developed this new pledge for its members. There are 1,600 companies that participate in Rhode Island's Manufacturing Association, and already some 200 have taken this pledge. And let me just read this pledge to you real quick. It is this: by signing the document, I pledge, on behalf of my company, in this critical time of addressing the coronavirus for the duration of Rhode Island's state of emergency, to follow and improve the best practices intended to promote employee and community safety at our factories. I agree, to the fullest extent possible, to implement and enforce the highest standards of workplace safety that meet or exceed CDC and OSHA recommendations for virus containment, protect employees, families, and our communities, secure critical supply chains and employment, adhere to and agree to all applicable guidelines established by the Department of Health, the CDC, and the World Health Organization, and agree not to operate as business as usual and make the following key structural changes: control site traffic, enhance hygiene and hand washing protocols, engender social distancing and reduce density per directives, meaning 6 feet, deploy emergency response and quarantine procedures, and communicate to all stakeholders. The reason I'm reading all of that to you is that if you're an employee at a manufacturing site and your company hasn't taken this pledge yet, have them go to Rhode Island's Manufacturing Association website, which is easy to remember. It's RIMA, RIMA.com, where they can read this, see this, pledge to this, and keep you and everybody safe. All right? So that's good stuff that the Manufacturing Association is doing. For that, I think we'll wrap it up. I want to wish our Jewish viewers a very blessed Passover celebration over the next 7 nights as the celebration of the Exodus and all the family gathering and tradition that comes along with it enhances and begins tonight. Of course, family gatherings are difficult. They may be on Zoom and WebEx and a whole bunch of other things, but all our Holy Week celebrations are going to deal with that as well on all sides of the worship aisle. God bless. Enjoy your first Seder meal tonight in Passover. And to everybody, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, and keep good thoughts for those who are struggling through this very difficult time. Thanks for checking.